Napakawalang yaho talaga ng DOJ na to. Malamang sa malamang, si Boying Remulla din ho ang nasa likod ng presko na yan. Pambihira ho talaga tong administrasyon na to. Imbis na atupagin nila yung pagpapauwi dito kay Zaldico, ang inaatupag ho nila kung paano nila maisusuko itong si Senator Bato de la Rosa sa ICC. Mantakin nyo, wala na hong jurisdiction dito. Hindi na tayo kasali. Ang pinag-uusapan pa rin ho sa DOJ, ang pinakalat na fake news nitong si Boying Remulla. Para saan ba yan, sir? Para maisalba nyo itong si Boying Remulla doon sa pinakalat niyang fake news na di umano, meron ng warrant of arrest ang ICC laban dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Sir, trabahuin nyo ho itong si Zaldico. Yan ho ang gustong pauwiin ng ating mga kababayan. Hindi si Senator Bato ang gusto nilang padala sa ibang bansa. Mga walang yakay dyan sa DOJ. Pero bago yan, isa like at isang subscribe. Masaya na ho tayo dyan sa mga gusto sumali sa ating community. Yung join button, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Ayun na nga. Ano ho ba itong kabalbalan na naman na to ni Ping Lacson? Ito. Teka lang ho ha. Medyo malito kasi dyan sa ano eh. Ito, lakihan ko lang ho. Ito. Online testimony ni Zaldico. Payag ba kayo dyan mga kababayan? I-comment nyo sa baba. Bukas daw ang Senado na imbitahan si Zaldico sa investigasyon ng flood control scandal kahit pagamitin ang online teleconference. Ayos VIP ganun. VIP itong si itong si El Zaldico, pambihira talaga kayo. O siya bagay pala, best friend niya ng amo mo, Ping. Ito. Ayon kay Senate President Pro Tempore Ping Lacson, magpapatuloy ang investigasyon ng Senate Blue Ribbon Committee sa Huwebes, November 14. Kabilang daw sa iimbitahan sa pamamagitan sa pagdinig si dating House Speaker Martin Romualdez at 17 na kongresista na tumanggap umano ng suhol mula sa mga diskaya. Dapat ganyan. Pero yang si Zaldico, imbis na ika nga parang binibigyan ng toko, imbis na kansilahin ang pasaporte, imbis na makipag-usap sa Espanya para kansilahin ang kanyang visa, okay, mag-zoom na lang tayo. Ganon? Pambira naman yan, Ping. Si Zaldico, we're expecting our investigation kung pwede siya mag-participate via Zoom. Palakpakan natin yan si Pinky. Ibang klase talaga to si Pinky. Hoy, good shot kanyang kay Martin Romualdez via Zoom. Di ba? Walang body language, walang kung ano pa man. Basta pagka sinabi ni Zaldico na mag-a-attend siya ng teleconference via Zoom, kung ano man sabihin niya doon, take it or leave it. Ganun na lang. Pambira. Hindi siya pwedeng i-contempt? Walang iyang yan. Unfair naman doon sa mga doon sa mga mga contractor at mga district engineer na diniindiin nyo, dinikdik-dik nyo dyan sa Blue Ribbon. Tapos itong si Zaldico, kahit murahin kayo, wala kayong magagawa, gano'n? Kasi teleconference, pagka pinatay niya ang kanyang video cam, o kung ano man sabihin niya, wala na kayong magagawa. Anong contempt? Contempt nyo ko, gano'n? Walang yan. Para sa DOJ imbis na si Senator Bato de la Rosa ang pagabalaan nyo ng oras, si Zaldico pauwi nyo dito. Hindi yung inaatupag nyo kung paano mapapatapon dyan sa Dahig Netherlands itong si Senator Bato. Ito, pakinggan natin. Ay siya sa mga aso ni Zaldico, ni Boying Remulla dyan sa DOJ, pakinggan natin kung anong klaseng hocus-pocus at salamangka naman ang gagamitin nila dito sa issue na to ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Diversionary tactics at talagang matinding pang-aabuso sa karapatang pangtao dito sa ating bansa na ginagamit, nagtatago sa rule of law ng administrasyon nitong si Marcos Jr. Panoorin natin mga kababayan.
We make some statements before that he would seek possible asylum or refuge in the Senate. We do not know if that is a position that he still would be taking at this time. But certainly that is one matter that can be or that will be taken into account in deciding what action or what course of action the government will take.
Yes, sir.
So can we consider if hypothetical warrant of arrest by the ICC, can we consider it as a request within the context of an extradition, considering that we are no longer signatory? Mr. Chan?
Theoretically, no. because a warrant of arrest has a different purpose than request for extradition.
Hati pa lang sa ulo nitong mama na to, di na ako nagtitiwala eh. Tabas pa lang ng buhok nito, parang may problema na eh. Di ba?
There is a proper
Alam nyo mga kababayan, yung mga sa DOJ na yan, ganito lang naman ho kasimple yan. Oh, ang pinakaunang kriteria kung kayo ang papalit kay Boying Remulla, yan sa DOJ, ang tatanong lang sa inyo ni Boying Remulla, pwede ka bang magpakaaso sa akin? Kung ano ba gusto kong mangyari dyan sa DOJ, yan ba gagawin nyo? Kung yes ang sagot, o yan, kayo ang re-recommenda kay Marcos Jr. na magiging acting DOJ secretary o posibleng pumalit sa kanya kalaunan. Di ba? Ganun lang naman ho kasimple yan.
wording template na sinusunod
Kontrolado pa rin ho ni Boying Remulla yung DOJ na yan, sigurado.
when it comes for a request for extradition. And may proseso din na sinusundan, which is you have to go to DFA also. So technical, the process of extradition is very technical. Kaya nga, there is also the other quote-unquote simpler approach of surrender under RA 9851.
Isusuko nyo na naman ang isang Pilipino, ganon. Ang kapal ng mukha mo, sir. Good luck na lang sa karera mo, ha. Hindi abang buhay nandiyan kayo. Good luck na lang, sir. Suko, talaga susuko si Senator Bato, ganon. Okay, sige. Tandaan nyo yung pagmumukha na yan at saka yung tabas ng buhok na yan, ha. Tandaan nyo ho yan. Sa susunod na administrasyon. Yan ho ang mga nagbibida-bida dyan sa DOJ ngayong mga panahon na to.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Pa-clarify, Ian Lathi po of Philstar.com. Pwedeng pa-clarify lang po. Possible, paano po magiging possible ang extradition in this case if the ICC is not a state party?
Sige. ICC
Galawan mo, Brad, yung aurahan mo, kagaya ng pag-aura ni Boying Remulla.
you are correct, ICC is not a state that will fall under the definition of a requested state under our extradition law. So, now ang question dyan is if they come up with a request for extradition, wala din tayong treaty to begin with ICC to process that. So, yun, hanggang dun na lang.
Hindi gagana yung extradition kaya surrender.
Sasabihin.
So hindi natin pwedeng gamiting route yung extradition. No, hindi pwede, no. Brad, hindi pwede.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, are you considering following Article 59 this time just to be prudent yung dadalhin sa competent judicial authority? And if you do, is that a unique process or are you automatically going for extradition pag dinala nyo na siya sa judge?
As mentioned by Chief Chando, that was the route that was taken earlier when the arrest of former President Duterte was undertaken. But precisely because there are pending petitions
Hindi ginawa yun, Brad. Hindi ginawa yun. Yung dalhin siya sa competent judicial authority, hindi yun ginawa, ha? Linawin ko lang, ha?
before the Supreme
Hindi ko
Court
yung ginawa.
that we want to be more circumspect in any action that we will be taking.
Tandaan nyo rin o pagmumukha niyan. Pagka si VP Sara na presidente, ha? Oh.
We just do not want the government to be restricted in the options that it will have by saying that extradition is the
Hindi pong meron linabag itong si Senator Bato de la Rosa. Meron siyang warrant of arrest galing ICC. Meron talaga siyang kasalanan. Bakit di natin litisin dito sa Pilipinas? Bakit itong mga taga-DOJ iniisip nila paano siya ipadala sa ibang bansa? Di ba kayo nalalabuan dito sa galaw na to ng administrasyon ni Bangag? Ang labo, di ba? Sara na natin yung DOJ, sara na natin mga korte natin. Lahat na may problema, dalhin na lang natin sa ICC, di ba? Pumira naman.
only route. Because as mentioned also, extradition will take a longer time than you would if, for example, the option of surrender was taken into account. So obviously, this time, we want to be more careful because the circumstances then and the circumstances now are quite different. At that time, there was no petition yet which was raised or filed before the Supreme Court. Now, courtesy to the Supreme Court, we would probably have to await, or we would prefer to await the resolution of the Supreme Court on the pending petitions before we can come up with a more definitive action.
Sir, sorry, quick follow-up. Do you mean to say that if ever mas naunang i-transmit yung warrant of arrest or red notice at wala pang resolution yung Supreme Court, you would wait as in hindi pa i-implement yung red notice kasi wala pang resolution?
Well, yan nga yung pinag-aaralan ngayon, no? Kung ano
Iikutan pa
gagawin
nila.
kung halimbawang nandiyan na. Kasi right now, everybody's talking about a hypothetical situation. We've heard over the weekend about the warrant of arrest being issued, but we have yet to see a copy of the warrant. But then again, notwithstanding that fact, we are already in the process of discussing what course of action to take, whether it could be a prudent course to immediately implement the arrest, notwithstanding the fact that there is no resolution yet from the Supreme Court. What we're simply saying is that as far as the department is concerned, we would opt to have that resolution from the Supreme Court so that once and for all, at least it could be decided whether the first course of action undertaken by the government when the arrest of the former president was undertaken in March would be the correct course of action, or if there is any other option. If the court says it's extradition, then we will have to abide by the ruling of the Supreme Court.
Hey, sir. Good morning po. Grant po from Bombo Radio.
Ayo.
Sir, since we have
Ayoko yung tabas ng mga bibig nitong si Sir. Pag ganun-ganun niya, parang ibaho dating nito Nagpupunta ba to sa Malacanang? Itong si Sir, ha? Nagpupunta ba to sa Malacanang?
information na nagsasabi na meron ng arrest warrant, and yet we are saying na wala pa po. Sir, for the information of the public, kanino po ba dapat namin malaman or sa anong ahensya ng gobyerno namin malalaman kung meron ng arrest warrant na in-issue laban kay Senador Bato de la Rosa, sir?
I suppose it would have to be coursed through the Department of Foreign Affairs if there was really a copy of the warrant, and then the Philippine Center for Transnational Crimes would be the ones who would have or would be furnished a copy of the same. Then that's the only time transmittals would be made to the relevant agencies or law enforcement agencies directed to implement the same.
Sir, to clarify lang, Chief, yung option na surrender, does that include voluntary surrender on the part of the external IT?
Yes, that would be the easiest course. If, for example, there is a voluntary surrender on the part of the...
Ba't dinahanap natin yung easiest course? Ba't di natin litisin sa Pilipinas? Ang pinaka-easiest course, litisin natin sa Pilipinas si Senator Bato de la Rosa, hindi ipadala sa ICC. Di ba? Merong warrant. Anong basihan ng warrant? Pag-aralan nyo kung meron talagang warrant, di ba? E di kasuhan nyo dito sa Pilipinas, tapos labasan nyo ng warrant sa Pilipinas, mas madali yun. Mas komplikado yung gusto nyo mangyari. Kasuhan nyo si Senator Bato, litisin nyo si Senator Bato, pakulong nyo sa Pilipinas si Senator Bato, ganun kasimple. Puro hypothetical lang, hypothetical. Yun, realistic ho yun. Merong kaso. Anong ginawa ni Senator Bato? Chief PNP siya, war on drugs. Kasuhan nyo dyan sa DOJ. Gobyerno na maging complainant laban dito kay Senator Bato. Labo.
The person requested.
Boss natin ang ICC, ganon? Pagka sinabi lang isuko nyo sa amin si Bato, isusuko natin, ganon? Yung mga pagmumukha na yan, tandaan nyo yan, mga walang niyayan. Diba? Sila ho yung tipong alam na nilang baloktot, mayroong problema, talagang ginagawan pa ho nila ng lusot.
Would mean that it would be a shorter and much faster route than having to implement the warrant, look for him, and then actually put him under custody.
Pinag-uusapan ho natin dito sitting senator, okay? Senador na ho pinag-uusapan natin dito. Hindi na ho siya ika nga civilian kagaya ni Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ganyang pagwawalang hiya ho ang ginagawa ng administrasyon na to. Ngayon, kung okay lang ho sa inyo to, wala namang problema. Kung ganito hong pagmamaniobra sa batas o ganito hong pagmamaniobra sa ika nga mga ahensya ng pamahalaan para masunod lamang ang kanilang kagustuhan dyan sa Malacanang, abay mag-ingat-ingat ho kayo. Di ba? Wala ko tayong magagawa. Kung yan ang gusto ng sambayan ng Pilipino, nangyari na kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at papahintulutan pa natin dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa, mapupunta na ho talaga sa aso itong bansa na to. Yun ang sigurado.
Point, are we monitoring already the whereabouts of the senator or wala pa namang...
Ano whereabouts? Namigay pa lang ng relief. Intriga naman tong itong network na to. Pambira tong nagtatago. Whereabouts kagad?
Requests from the Interpol.
Right now, I don't think there's any request yet coming from the Interpol, and I don't think it would also be right for us to be monitoring the movements of Senator Bato, considering the fact that there is no warrant yet that we have seen.
Whereabouts? Wala na monitor. Ito naman mga... Bira kayo. Yan na nga ba sinasabi natin? Hindi lang sa pambababoy, sa ating justice system ang ginagawa nito mga walang yang to. Panglilihis pa sa usapan ng mga maanumalyang flood control project. Sa bagay, isang video lang naman kayo eh. Bukas, balik flood control na ulit tayo. Grabe talaga, oo.
I think it would be best to wait for the warrant to be there and then take the necessary course of action after that.
More questions?
Wala na ba?
So yung sa clarify lang, yung sa petition sa Supreme Court, ito yung kay former President Duterte, tama sir? Pero pag ganun pa sir, kasi yun nga, yung circumstances nun, yung arrest ni former President Duterte pinag-uusapan. Pero this time, kay Bato, mag-a-apply din po ba yun?
Remember, the one who filed the petition at the time was it was Senator Bato de la Rosa. Okay? So, we cannot say that why would we have to wait when it pertains to, or the petition refers to, the former president. Actually, it made mention of the procedure which was adopted by government when it implemented the warrant of arrest in March. But since the petitioner in that particular case is Senator Bato de la Rosa himself, we find it best that we also await, we wait for the resolution of the Supreme Court on the matter.
Party na rin kasi siya parang...
Yes, that is correct.
Sir, quickly, would you know kung submitted for reso na yung mga petition?
Well, we have been following it up with the Supreme Court. Now, we have been told to just wait. So, I suppose all the pleadings that we were supposed to file had already been filed, and it's just a matter of time before the Supreme Court probably would come up with its own resolution.
Sir, follow-up lang ulit. Parang you mentioned the word courtesy. Mas courtesy lang ba siya talaga? Or, kasi paano ba yun? Kasi wala naman TRO din. Parang for the public, ang iniisip is, kung wala namang TRO, bakit hindi gagawin? So, mas a matter of courtesy lang po ba siya? Or parang pwede rin ba na kung walang TRO, tuloy nyo lang po yung pag-surrender?
Yeah, madali kasi sabihin na parang, since walang TRO, gawin din natin katulad ng ginawa natin dati. But remember, apart from the TRO, there was no petition that was filed yet. The petition was filed immediately after the transport of the former president to The Hague. So, seeing that there is this issue which was raised before the Supreme Court, seeing as it is that these issues are also taken up during the Senate committee hearing headed by Senator Amy Marcos, we deem it prudent to be a bit more circumspect and, well, better that these matters which have been raised, legal issues as they are, be first resolved before we take any appropriate action.
The floor is also open to questions regarding updates or developments with respect to the 5 flood control cases. So,
ika nga okay na yun. Okay na muna kay Senator Bato yun. Okay na muna yung mga na yun. Flood control naman tayo. Yan, dapat ganyan. Jaldi ko, kailan yung uuwi dito?
I'd like the media to ask questions as well on this matter.
Sir, what can we expect on Friday? Sa Friday po, sir, yung hearing?
Yes, we were supposed to have the first hearing scheduled for the first 5 cases on ghost projects which are pending before the Department of Justice to be scheduled for preliminary investigation yesterday. Unfortunately, the weather was not as cooperative, so we decided to forestall the the hearing scheduled yesterday and move it to this Friday. This Friday, the parties, through their lawyers, have already been informed of the resetting. We have gotten, the prosecutors have gotten in touch with them or are getting in touch with them for the schedule on November 14. No? We expect that on November 14, parties will probably be there together with their lawyers to secure copies of the complaints. The complaints in these cases are quite voluminous, so rather than send it out through registered mail, the prosecution teams opted to have the parties come to the department to secure their copies, make sure that they have all the documents that they need so that they can prepare their defenses.
So wala pa, sir, counter affidavits.
Ano lang naman ho yan, yung presko na yan, kumbaga para ika nga kahit pa paano mailihis yung usapan doon sa pagpapakalat ng fake news nitong si Boying Remulla na meron na daw di umanong ang tawag dito, warrant. Ngayon magsasalita ang DOJ kung meron mang warrant, ito gagawin namin. Ito mga posibleng aksyon na gawin namin. Extradition, hindi, susuko na lang. Ibibigay na lang natin ng ganon-ganon ng isang Pilipino dito sa mga banyaga na to. Tingnan natin DOJ kung tatanggapin lang, lulunukin lang ng ganon-ganon ng sambayan ng Pilipino, yung gagawin nyo na yan kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Tingnan natin. Tayo dito mga ano lang naman, pinapanood natin kung paano tanggapin ng ating mga kababayan. Itong kababuyan na ginagawa na to ng administrasyon ni Marcos Jr. Tandaan nyo ho, nasa ilalim ng executive yung Department of Justice na yan. At ito namang si Boying Remulla, pa-chill-chill lang dyan sa ombudsman. At alam naman natin na kontrolado din yung ahensya na yan. Huwag tayo, ano na ho yan, bulahan na ho yan. Di ba? Nakunto ko isang tao, ombudsman na DOJ pa, ibang klase ho. Kasi kung hindi ko kontrolado ni Boy Kuryente, na kuryente siya, sinabi niya may warrant, walang warrant. Maya-maya magpapa-press con sila yung tipong, hindi ganito, kung sakali may warrant, ganito gagawin namin. Ito yung aksyon na pwede namin ilatag dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ganun nga lang tawag nila di ba? Ano ibig sabihin niyan? Ika nga sinasalba nila kahit papaano sa kahihiyan itong si Boying Remulla. Tinahanda na ang ating mga kababayan sa posibleng mangyari dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Ngayon kung okay lang sa inyo to, na ganito na lang paglaruan ng administrasyon, ika nga ang proseso, ika nga mga Pilipino, pwede nilang ipatapon sa kung saan-saan basta kalaban sa politika, nasa sa inyo po yan. Malapit na ang November. Malapit na ho ang malakihang rally ngayong November. Makidalo ho tayo. Nandiyan na, kasado na. INC, KOJC, JIL, magsasama-sama. Kakalabanin ho natin ang mga masasamang elemento na to, mga magnanakaw sa pamahalaan, mapang-abuso sa proseso, at lahat ng walang hiya sa gobyerno.
Na may sasubmit.
Well, as of by this Friday, I don't think there will be any counter affidavits that will be submitted yet.
Yes, anymore. So we've extended the time until 8:45. In case there are further questions. Yes, ma'am.
Update na rin ba, sir, doon sa iba pang pinay, doon sa mga lawmakers? Diba may file din po sa, kung namin sa NBI or Department of Justice?
Yes, there were cases that were referred to us, and this is undergoing evaluation. So technically, we cannot make any disclosures yet on the facts or pertinent facts pertaining to those cases up until the evaluation process is finished. We expect the evaluation to be terminated within the week, and hopefully by the end of the week or by early next week, we will be able to make an announcement as to the additional cases that have been filed. We would also like to inform the public that cases have been filed for tax evasion against certain contractors, and all of these cases are now undergoing a preliminary investigation also in the Department of Justice.
No more?
Wala na?
Okay, so with that, thank you for your time.
Meron pa sasabihin doon si ano?
Yeah, sorry, before we close, I just remembered that I believe yesterday
Yan.
there was a
Ano, Senator Bato pa rin ang paksa mo, Brad?
Press statement coming from Attorney Torion saying that surrender under Section 17 of RA.
Nakalimutan niya, baka batukan siya ni Boying Remulla. Teka, ba't di mo sinagot si Terion? Yeah. Ba't mo sagutin mo si Terion? Kaya lang naman kayo nagpapapress call. Sagutin niyo yung mga ika nga dumidepensa kay Bato de la Rosa.
9851 is not yet self-executing. I think it's along those lines which he said. So just like to respond that it is the position of the department that that RA 9851 was actually the state's response to its becoming a member of ICC. So by virtue of the state of the Philippines then acceding to the ICC, Congress intended the provisions under RA 9851 to be self-executing. So yung Section 17 which says that the state, or in the interest of justice, the state has the option to either do extradition or surrender, that in itself is already self-executing. If we will follow...
Talagang gusto nilang mawala sa balat ng Pilipinas itong si Senator Bato de la Rosa. Sen Bato! Nako! Nagtutulong ang administrasyon para trabahuin ka at lahat ng kaalyado nitong si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Ika nga nakalinya yan. Pagkatapos yan, maya-maya yan, mababalitaan natin, paiinitin na naman ng mainstream media na to. Bongo, mga kapamilya niya, kontraktor. Ganun na naman yan. Kontraktor, pamilya ni Bongo. Bato, ICC. Di ba? Bongo, kontraktor. Ganun ho yan. Sara Duterte, confidential fund. Sara Duterte. Di nyo pa ba nakita yung pattern? Tapos itong mga ganitong klaseng galaw ng DOJ, tatango na lang tayo ng ganon? Di pwede yan. Di ba? Di pwede yan. Ika nga sa lahat ng bagay merong katapusan. Lahat ng pamimihasa, lahat ng kawalangyaan, may tatapos ho lahat yan. At itong nangyayari sa administrasyon na to, sa tingin natin sa lalong madaling panahon, lahat ng kabalbalang kagaguhang ginagawa nila na to, matatapos na ho ito. Ramdam na ho natin. Nararamdaman na ho natin. Akala nila na pumupugi sila sa mga kabalintonahan na yan. Alam niyo sino nagpabagsak kay Marcos Jr.? Yan din mga nakapaligid sa kanya. Karamihan ho ng kabalbalan na yan, yung mga extradition, mga surrender na yun. Hindi naman ho naisip yan eh. Yung mga bumubulong sa kanya, kagaya ni Boying Remulla, kagaya ng mga, lahat ng nakapaligid sa kanya, pati yung mga yung GAA, pipirmahan niya. Sinong nag-a-advise sa kanya? Okay lang yan, boss. Sige, pirmahan mo. Okay yan, walang problema yan. Di ba? Sino yung mga nasa likod ng mga uto-uto nga, bangag nga di ba? Sino nagpabagsak sa kanya? Una, sarili niya. Pangalawa, interest, ika nga, ambisyon. Pangatlo, yung mga bumubulong-bulong sa kanya.
The ruling of the Supreme Court on the Manila Prince case, if I am not mistaken, on what are self-executing and non-self-executing provisions. So, yun. That's all. Thank you.
Sir, mas simple lang, self-executing is parang diretso pwede na.
Pwede na. Like the anti-dynasty law, hindi siya self-executing. It needed a subsequent act of Congress to become self-executing. So, sa surrender or sa RA 9851 naman, it is already self-executing. There is no more need for subsequent legislation to fill in the gaps, so to speak.
Pwede magpahapon. Sorry. Sorry sir, balik lang ulit dun sa extradition thing. What possible ba to? Like, for example, if the International Criminal Court goes through the Interpol, and then dahil tayo ay member pa rin ng Interpol, and the Interpol goes through us to implement the arrest, would that be still possible right now?
I believe that is more or less the same with what happened previously. So, still pending. Possible siya. That's one of the options. But again, as PG mentioned, better to adopt a wait-and-see approach for the meantime. The state is not closing its doors on any option available to it under...
Pagsuko sa ICC, pagsunod sa kagustuhan ng ICC, apakagagago nitong mga ito.
RA 9851 and others.
Kasuhan nyo si Sen Bato. Kulong nyo siya sa Pilipinas. Ano yung kagaguhan? Ano Petrang Garapata? Nalalabuan lang ho tayo, di ba? Ba't may susuko? Kasi may kasalanan ginawa. Kung may kasalanan ginawa, sino ho bang mas mahusay, yung mga banyaga, yung mga puti na yun, o sa atin? Di ba, pakita nyo sa ICC na hindi kayo mga gago dyan sa DOJ, di ba? Pakita nyo, ikulong nyo si Bato de la Rosa. Hindi yung para isuko doon. Anak ng toka, mahuhusay sa atin yung mga yon. Ala ko bang Philippines #1? Lang yan.
As well.
Pasensya na ako pasensya na. Medyo natitrigger lang tayo ng konti. Konti lang naman. Ano tayo nag-all out, nalalabuan lang ho tayo. So, ba't natin pinag-uusapan yung pagsuko? Bakit hindi natin ikulong dito? Bakit hindi natin ikasuhan dito sa Pilipinas? Bakit pagsuko? Anong mas mahirap? Yung idadaan pa siya dyan buwisit na Interpol na yan? O kasuhan siya dito sa Pilipinas, ikulong siya sa Pilipinas, dalhin siya sa DCTJ, parusahan siya dyan. Bakit kailangan ilabas siya ng Pilipinas, sir? Di namin maintindihan. Diba? Kahit yung ginawa niyo kay Tatay Digong, di namin maintindihan. Brad, sa totoo lang. Pangit ng gupit mo.
Okay, yes ma'am.
So,
Hindi,
just to
susunod pa
clarify
yan.
You haven't heard if the DFA or the PCTC already has the warrant in hand. Wala pong ganong communication sa inyo. Thank you po.
Sir, pag ganyan ba, automatic yung, sila lang ba yung PCT?
Ano lang naman yan for, antag ito, for audio clip. Para meron silang audio clip. Pang audio lang yan, pang audio. Para ika nga medyo dramatic yung balita nila sa mga network nila.
Or parang, because I understand, council and the DOJ is part of the council. May ganun po bang parang sistema na inform din kayo agad or dadaan muna talaga sa DFA and PCTC?
As far as I know, it would be course like the last time. I'm not so sure about DFA, but I'm definite about PCTC. The PCT was the one who received it, and they were the ones who supposedly received the red notice and copies of the warrant. So, if that is the same route that, if you're asking that if that same route can be taken again, it most likely will be. No, pero as of now, we cannot really say because we have not received any communication coming from either the Department of Foreign Affairs or the PCTC as to the fact of receipt of the warrant against Senator De La Rosa.
Sir, clarify po ulit. Gaano po kabilis yung process? Like, if the DFA receives the copy of the warrant and then they transmit it to the appropriate agency, pwede po ba siyang yung within the day ma-execute na, or do we have to wait for a certain number of hours, or do we have to wait for some signatories before you can transmit the warrant?
Well, if I base it on the events of March earlier this year, the transmittal was quite fast. So, the question now of implementation, like I said, dito na ngayon tayo kasi sinasabi nga natin, we're still studying the options, the legal options that are available to the state as far as implementing the warrant and how it should be implemented. But as far as transmittal is concerned, if that's what you're asking, yes, the transmittal can be done quite quickly.
Sir, would there be a negative impact in case the country does not comply with the request from Interpol or either from ICC, considering we're no longer a member?
Yung excuse ni Boying Remulla, yung impact. Sige, sabihin mo, Brad, sabihin mo.
It is possible. We live in a world of interconnected countries.
Yan. Ikaw siguro nagbigay ng ano na yan. Excuse na yan kay Boying Remulla na kesyo pagka sila nag-request sa atin, baka pagka tayo na nag-request sa kanila, mahirapan naman tayo, di ba? Dahil di natin susundin ang kanilang request ngayon, no? Mas importante ho yung Interpol kaysa sa buhay ng isang Pilipino. Yun ang tandaan yung mga kababayan.
So we belong to an international community of nations. Even if we may not be part of the ICC anymore, there is still the principle of reciprocity that governs between relations among nations. And in fact, reciprocity and comity. So while legally hindi tayo makumpel, but meron din tayong tinitimbang on the diplomatic implication naman of that. So,
Sir, ano yung magiging disadvantage if in case we don't comply? Are we gonna lose anything?
I think that would be more of DFA's jurisdiction.
But like,
Di ba? Pwede sabihin ng DFA, hindi kami, walang jurisdiction sa amin yan. Pasensya na kayo. Pero kung, halimbawa, nag-request dyan yung kaibigan namin bansa, o ganito yan, gumawa ng krimen, nagnakaw, pumatay siya sa isang bansa na yan, extradite namin. Pero dito sa isa na to, masyado nang matindi yung sugat na ibinigay sa amin ng ICC na yan sa ginawa kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Dito sa isa na to, siguro, hindi naman kalabisan kung hindi namin susundin.
for example, in coordinating with the Interpol,
Interpol.
Well, it's already publicized. But if I may, the return of Mary Jane Veloso to the Philippines from Indonesia was a parang gesture of good faith coming from Indonesia. Yun
Bansa.
yung mga...
Bansa yun. Hindi bansa ang ICC. Okay? Hindi bansa yung ICC. Ang marireturn lang ng ICC si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Wala silang jurisdiction dito, hindi na tayo kasali. Kaya kung pakinabang diyan sa ICC ang iyong ibibida sa amin, kaya kailangan natin sumunod diyan sa warrant na yan na i-implementa ng Interpol. Napakalaking kabalbalan, sir. Ayusin mo yung buhok mo.
Aspects or areas of cooperation that we may not be able to tap on in the future if masyado tayong nagmatigas na wala naman tayong treaty that speaks of doing this.
sir, does it also apply dun sa mga ibang cases of personalities na may pending allegedly na extradition request?
Which one? Yung the negative?
For example, sir, yung kay Pastor Apollo Kibuloy.
Nako.
Does it also apply, sir? For example, if you don't comply with that?
Hindi nagigil to mga media na to kay Pastor Kibuloy, kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Pero kay Zaldigo, kailan mo ba natin ikakancel ang pasaporte niya at visa? Ulan ka no? Talaga?
Kasi the past, na nabalita nga rin, sir, na meron daw allegedly.
Okay. I could not yet comment on the issue surrounding Pastor Kibuloy. However, when it comes to the United States of America, we do have an extradition treaty with them.
Yun.
And
Kung merong extradition treaty at sinunod ang proseso sa Pilipinas, wala tayong problema. Pero dahil nga naman, hindi naman concerned state yan o hindi naman estado yung ICC, hindi natin ma-extradite kaya isusuko natin. Napakalaking kabalbalan na hunun.
once we receive a request for extradition coming from a treaty partner, then we are obligated to evaluate it, assess. Kung kulang, we inform them what's lacking. If it's sufficient, then we proceed to file the request for extradition in court. So yun kasi may clear treaty that governs the situation and the process. That's why we have to comply. But in those instances that you inquired earlier na walang treaty, then the state would have to weigh whether we would comply or give in on the basis of reciprocity.
Sir, wala pa bang requests from the US?
About?
No, an extradition request for Pastor Kibuloy?
None.
Sir?
Okay, sige po. We have
Sino ba yung reporter na yun? Yun na nga mga kababayan, dito na natatapusin ang ating reaction video. Gusto nalabuan lang ho tayo dito sa ika nga. Ano ba talagang, para saan yung press con nyo na yan? Para may paliwanag yung susunod na action ng DOJ laban dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa sa mga kaalyado nito si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Maraming salamat po mga kababayan. Kayo na bahalang ika nga. Kayo na bahalang humimay sa mga kabalbalan ng administrasyon itong si Marcos Jr. May hangganan lahat. Brad, kagaya ng yung buhok na yan, may hangganan yan. Di natin alam kung hanggang kailan yung hairstyle mo na yan. Pero ang sigurado dito, anak ng toko, kung sino man nang gupit sa'yo, sino man nagsabi na yan ang uso ngayon, ipadala mo sa ICC. Maraming salamat po mga kababayan. Mahal natin ang Pilipinas. Hanggang to.